What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a chat about some Keyforge news. There's been some news leaking out over the past, few days, and I think we need to go and have a chat about it. Shout out to the lovely folks over at Crazy Killing Machine who are doing a phenomenal job with all things Keyforge, and I'd be lying if I didn't say that, they helped out a bit as I was researching this video. Good work, peeps. And let's start off with the biggest, most awesome, most exciting news. They have gone to a couple of websites, gameslaw.com and leisuregames.com, which both have listed on them the Keyforge card game Mass Mutation Archon Deluxe deck. Wait a second. Mass Mutation? What? It's the new set. The new set must be Mass Mutation. Mass Mutation does not exist at the moment. The Archon Deluxe deck is a thing that you get for a set. It's the one where you get one deck, but you also get all of the tokens. Good for new players who need all the tokens. If you're not a particularly new player and you don't need the tokens, you are better off sticking with just regular decks. Though if you're anything like me, you're not going to stop buying decks and no one's going to make you, gosh darn it. The point is, we now have a name for the next set. Mass Mutation. So the real question is, can we have some reckless speculation? Now what we really need to do is have a look at the sets we've seen so far and see what we can deduce. So Call of the Archons then was the first set. Well, the Archons are the characters in the game. They are essentially being called to go and sort stuff out. Okay, that makes sense. Second set, Age of Ascension. The Archons are ascending. They're getting into the vault and all of that. Again, that makes perfect sense to me. Where it starts getting interesting is when we get to the third set, Worlds Collide. You see, Worlds Collide is very much things are changing. Age of Ascension, Call of the Archons are both like, there are people getting into the vault. But Worlds Collide is like, hey, worlds are colliding here. And you've got the Saurian Republic and the Star Alliance. You've got the old and the new. Saurian Republic are the ancient race that have been around forever. And the Grand Star Alliance are these creatures who are coming out and going, hey, we're here now. We're coming to shake things up. Okay. Cool. What about Mass Mutation? Sounds like a new house. Either a new house or a new mechanic. Again, I can't be 100% sure as to which one it is, but it certainly seems like it's something new coming on here. Now, whether this is kind of a new kind of upgrade, which is going to change things around, not unlike the brews that would turn, for instance, a Groke into a Mega Groke, that could be a thing. I don't know. And I want to know. Is there going to be a new mutant house? Maybe. Certainly Worlds Collide seems to be a hint at the old and the new house. Saurian, they're both new houses, but Saurian are very, very old, and the Grand Star Alliance are the new boys on the block, so to speak, and girls. So could Mass Mutation be a little bit of a hint here? Maybe. I don't know. I kind of want it to be, though, don't you? I mean, in terms of existing houses, right, what do we actually have that could potentially be mutations? You could argue that Brobnar are kind of a little bit. Maybe. Again, you can make an argument about Untamed. Looking a bit mutatey. And certainly Dis, I think, is the closest we're getting. I mean, what's going on with Snag? But honestly, I don't think any of the houses we've got at the moment fit the brief of Mass Mutation well enough. Now, here's the thing. I think as much as it could be a new house, Mass Mutation, if you ask me for my honest prediction, I'm thinking we're talking more along the lines of a new mechanic. A new mechanic that changes creatures. Maybe there's going to be a bunch of creatures in the set which are from the first 3 expansions, but in the new set they're different, i.e. mutated. I think that's the most likely outcome, but I don't really know. It's going to be fun finding out. Now, the thing is, on a Crucible cast this week, we also did see a bunch of things being shown off. And the things that we saw were sleeves. Do not sleep on how important these sleeves can be. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, these sleeves are essentially telling us which houses are going to be in Mass Mutation. Now, the sleeves we've got essentially go all the way up to the World Championships. As a side note, the World Championships have been announced. They are happening in Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities, Thursday, May the 7th to Saturday, May the 9th. So that's when Worlds is happening. Yay, etc. But we've also seen a bunch of sleeves. Now, two of the sets of sleeves don't tell us very much at all. We have seen a Grand Star Alliance sleeve, and we've seen a Saurian Republic sleeve. Now, they both essentially do what they're supposed to do. They are essentially your generic Vault Tour sleeves. Now, when I say generic Vault Tour sleeves, I don't say that in any negative way whatsoever. I just say it very generally as you've got some card art from existing cards that have essentially been mashed together to make some sleeves. So if we look at the Grand Star Alliance sleeves, we've clearly got We Can All Win, Operations Officer Ishii, and Sensor Chief Garcia going top to bottom. Whereas if we look at the Saurian Republic sleeves, we can see Philophosaurus, Tricerian Legionary, and Brutodon Auxiliary. They're pretty much what we expect, they're lovely and nice, etc. But it's when we get into the other sleeves that things start to get interesting. You see, we get sets every 6 months in May and November. So all the sleeves showing unseen creatures pretty much have to be from Mass Mutation. They have to be. As a side note, the fact that we got two different websites showing the listings here seem to tell us quite a lot, right? So what we have here, very nicely, is a bunch of sleeves with unshown characters that essentially have to be from Mass Mutation. Now, the Vault Warrior sleeves that are given out obviously at the Vault Warrior tournaments, I'm a little less sure about. They're blatantly Brobnar, and I'm assuming these are from Mass Mutation because that's about when we're going to be there. So okay, Brobnar seem like they're a pretty good bet for Mass Mutation. Also, let's not forget the keyboard player from Bracken, who appears to still not have been shown off. So, yeah, I think it's a fairly safe bet that we are having Brobnar featured in the set. Now, we also can feel pretty good that we're having logos, because we've actually got two different sleeves. The World Championships card sleeves feature the ultra cool creature here, in the word of Brad, who is the lead designer of the game. And then we've also got the 2020 Primes card sleeves featuring this. Well, it's clearly some kind of Titan, right? So those two together tell us that logos is definitely going to be in Mass Mutation. And as the lovely Josh Massey put it, this looks very much like a Dis Toad. That is definitely a Dis. I mean, there's some clear iconography there shared with creatures like Snag, for instance. Or the no, wait, which one am I thinking of? What are they? Yerks. The Yerks, there we go. So, clearly that's going to be a Dis creature. So we know we're getting Brobnar, we know we're getting logos, we know we're getting Dis, who incidentally those three houses all will then have featured in all of the first 3 sets. So, good I suppose if you're a fan of those houses, and I do like me some logos. But what's really interesting here is that the 2020 Store Championship card sleeves are clearly featuring a Sanctum creature. Now, this is a big deal, right? Because Sanctum was rotated out of Worlds Collide. There were no Sanctum creatures in Worlds Collide. Sanctum was removed from the set. Well, they're back, ladies and gentlemen. Sanctum are coming back. And that's kind of a big deal. We know there are going to be 7 houses in each expansion of Keyforge. And we know that houses are going to come and go. We know that in Worlds Collide we said goodbye temporarily to Mars and to Sanctum. So it's very, very nice to know that Sanctum are coming back. Does that make it less likely that we're going to be getting Mars back? I don't think we have any basis for saying that whatsoever. We don't know how this is all going to work, and we have no real data from which to draw patterns. But it looks like you can be counting on Brobnar, Logos, Dis, and Sanctum, which only leaves 3 houses yet to be revealed of the 5 that we have remaining. Those 5 being Shadows, Mars, Untamed, the Saurian Republic, and the Grand Star Alliance. We can't really read anything into the Saurian Republic and the Grand Star Alliance getting Voltor sleeves, because they need Voltor sleeves. They don't have them and every other house does, so we can't really read anything into that. Plus, they're all using existing card art anyway. But these new sleeves with art from new cards, you've got to think they're from set 4, so they've got to therefore be hinting at the houses which are going to be included in set 4. So there we go, that's what we know. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I've shown you me working. I'd like to know what you think about it. So let me know in the comment section and tell me which houses you want to see and what your prediction for a new house would be in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy. That's where we talk about games like Keyforge and a whole bunch of others. And do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.